Yeah, it's true. I think it's what it's like the MGT's on the right, and the Lauren Boeberts and Matt Gates is on the right, fucking Slytherin. Uh, and then like the progressives on the Democratic side are none too thrilled. So it still could get slobber knocked. What was I doing here? Where the fuck am I? I don't know. Go forward and conquer, I guess. Whee! I think I just got here. I own stock in Rivian, and I've lost $200 in that over the past year. This is a small part of my retirement account, so I don't look too often. The retirement game is new to me, man. That's true. The politicians are incentivized to take care of the debt ceiling because it affects their finances, and they have way more to lose than us. That's true. To Slytherin's credit, they would get things accomplished. I can't remember what I have left to do and if I'm supposed to even be here. Woo! Oh, I fucked up. I fucked up. I fucked up. You fucked up. I fucked up. Oh, no. Well, let's get started. Oh my god, right, you're an asshole. Oh, shit. Oh, we hide. That guy scares me. So I will gleefully use my my consumables on him. I did do this one. I think I might just need to, like, I don't want to say reset. I don't want to just reset. But I might just want to go, like, try to fight the boss. Void Beam's pretty good. God, it's so much damage, though. I think what we did, I don't remember. I don't remember. We've done this one. What we need is a fresh start, and we need to. I needed to go back to the ship. That's sailed now. I guess I could just. I mean, like, this is fun and everything, but I could just restart the cycle and go to the place where I'm gonna restart the cycle. You good? What is GOGY?
I'll make it this time.
It's these three that I need, right? Yo, Psycon, good for you. Risk of Rain looking really weird. So I've got this one, so I need to go to the next two and get them there. Ew, Golden Grail Technology, energy drinks and flavored water company. Are you being for real, or are you being sarcastic? The idea of getting in on an energy drink company that's not Madrina's. Man, I really enjoyed Elden Ring. I didn't enjoy quite how long it was. Ah, shit. Oh. Those are mine. Attempt 5, Jesus, Radon. I mean, like, granted, a lot less was known about the game at that point, but I think Radon took me the better part of an afternoon, if I am not mistook. Ow. Fucker. I'll just fall down here. Oh my god, I'm not dead. Look at that. That feels good. I gotta say, the pistol is not without its charm. Are you shitting me? Are you new here? I'm not paying attention. I should pay attention. I should pay attention! Oh, okay, yeah. So, yeah, I've never run a sorcery build before. I don't have any strong opinions about it, but I heard that it was not as complicated. But I don't know shit about that. I've never run a sorcery build, so I have no strong opinions. Do I have I don't have a key. Managed to beat my first and second try because I was doing a Scarlet Rot build. Downside is Melania took me days to beat. I got through Melania in like a day. Like one solid stream day. It took me a while. I could not get through that, was the waterfowl swan dance or whatever. That was the one part of that fight that I just couldn't finagle. I could never get the timing right. Sure. Oh, fine, whatever. I need the help. Take my ether. This is not where I wanted to be. This is not the way out. Ironically, normally, I play Returnal, and it messes up my ability to play It Takes Two with Noah. Last night I played It Takes Two, and now it's screwing up my ability to hit the correct buttons on Returnal. I don't remember Malekith. I don't feel like I struggled with Malekith. That Blossom move. I didn't have all that much problem. I didn't have that much trouble with Melania's second form. It was that stupid waterfowl dance move that was essentially in like three different spheres of anime slashes. That if you timed it right, you could dodge through it forward, but I never timed it right. Blade harmonizer. I mean, critical hit sounds nice and everything, but if I'm gonna stick with the better version of the driver. See, we're talking about the genre that has made grown adults throw controllers over boss mechanics. Tiny bit. Ooh. I think we've done this. I think we've done exactly this. I've been here. So that part's done. I would love to get a second playthrough of Elden Ring in my fucking next life. I still don't know that I'd go sorcery. God, I just love melee so much. Which is weird. In most games, I don't. In most games, I prefer ranged. But in Soulsborne games, I love the shit out of melee. What do you got for me? Anti-gravity projectiles. You're not you're not talking me out of leveling up a driver. I wonder if there's a way to tell if some pods have shit in them and which pods don't. I don't think there is. Who's to say? Eesh. Scary. Tyler the Prophet, what's going on? I have magic one-handed sword and shield I also use while conserving magic. Maybe I could do a hybrid. A hybrid wouldn't be so bad. Stagger power for each parasite. Probably save my money on that one. I don't do parasites so much anymore. Keep hitting the wrong button, and at some point it's gonna come back to bite me. We talking about parasites like they're drugs. Well, getting a whole bunch of like ridiculously strong, powerful, like getting a whole bunch of ridiculously strong benefits is addictive. I'm not as huge a fan of having the negative side effects. So yeah, they are kind of like drugs. Like, oh man, this feels awesome. And it's like, oh, you're gonna have to pay a price for it though. I'm like, yeah, that's tomorrow Ryan's problem. Where's the door? Oh, it's across the way. Stupid It Takes Two, I'm hitting the wrong buttons. Oh, shit. Oh, frick. I missed. I think that's everybody. Ooh, green coffee fueler. Remind me that that sounds good. Remind me that a green coffee fueler sounds good the next time I go downstairs. Is that an atropian key? Hell yeah, it is. You love to see it. You love to see it. A little damage repair that I needed desperately. I haven't played this in long enough that I'm struggling to remember like the floor layouts and stuff. For the sake of moving quickly. Yeah, sure. Pylon web, blade harmonizer, streamlined channel. We'll get to upgrade something, so. Hey, Fish! What's going on, man? What's my kill site? Alright, well. We'll see what that has to do for me. Be cool, man. Alright, well. I'll have to give a long, hard think as to whether or not we're, engaging in that fight. I have one atropian key. Ugh. I'll trade that in for obolites, I guess. I think this thing is always down here. I guess if nothing else, I can load up on parasites at the end of the floor and then come down here and get paid for it. Oh, no. Even when it gets removed because you sold it, it still gives you a critical malfunction, which in this case was a health up resin destroyed. What a bummer. What a bummer. Hello? Rusty! He's a madman. Let me find a safe space to... Let me find a safe space to sort of... chill my tootsies for a second. Let me secure this room. Another Atropian key. I think this room is secure. Do you want to get high? All right. $10.79 worth of loop. Hey, I get it. Because the I don't know what Loop Industries is. It is a common stock. Uh-oh, chat. We dropped $10 since the last time I looked at it. I'm bad luck. I gotta figure out how to read the tea leaves. Not meant to be a meme stock? No worries, yeah. No, I was trying to fall into the thing. Shit. That activity panel's something else. So good. Such a time saver. Otherwise, I had to go back and, like, look through stuff individually. Yeah, I genuinely thought it was because Returnal was a looping game. There we go. A Spit Mob Blaster with critical stagger. Nah, I'm working on Pylon Web 2 on one of my favorite weapons in the game. So I think I'm gonna stick with that for the time being. That said, once this one's upgraded, I might get a shotgun with critical stagger and give it the old once over. It is nice that there's something down here. Yo, there's like a legitimate cube down here. I'm just burning through ether. I'm not taking the risks. I should take the risks. I have a thing that nullifies malfunctions. Rusty, thank you so much, man. Every time I showcase the back end of this to someone like Nate or someone like that, they go, so Rusty really got into it. And I'm like, yeah, Rusty got into it a little bit. I was like, in Rusty's defense, a lot of his purchases are small, while Nate did 2 purchases of $1,000 a pop. I need that ether. The irony is that I like my alt fires. I also like Resin Shield quite a bit. The irony is that I don't watch my primary investments that were given to me, like my advice given to me by my actual financial planner. I don't look at those ever, which is good because in 2022, I'd have been very sad to see them lose a lot of money. But this one I absolutely look into because this is like a game we're all playing together. Yeah, I had Packet Greaser on the horn for like 3 hours on Sunday. And even after we had both expended way more time than we anticipated we would. Even when we had both expended way more time than we anticipated we would, I still had to stop at the end and go like, yo, dog, look at what our man Rory built. Look at what our man Rory built, and then walk him through all the Ruby on Rails back end of retirement stuff. And he was very impressed, which is not easy to do. All right, Rusty, sounds good. If you get to come back, we'll be chilling here. Again, thank you so much. Where was that? Was that back here? That's further back here. Like right there. Yeah. Good. Was it worth it for just what we picked up? Probably not, but... Chat, this is a good question. So Rory and I are working on the ticker. Do you want, so like let's say for example it's like right here or it's up in the corner. Do you want one that just tells you how much the entire portfolio is up or down lifetime? Or do you want one that discreetly, quietly cycles through each item on the portfolio to show how each thing that y'all have recommended has done? Because there's a lot of stuff on there already. I don't know if there's a way to see. There probably is. 95 purchases made. I guess it could be that it starts off at lifetime and then every like 2 seconds or so just fade in, fade out, and then goes to each of the 95 things that are already in there. I mean, I guess if it's gonna be on there all day, just do them in... At that point, though, the question becomes, does it do it in alphabetical order? Or does it do it, according to, like, biggest gain to biggest loser? Doing it in order of purchase for the memes? Gotcha. That makes sense. Some of those were messages. For sure. Some of those were messages. Ugh. I don't think there was anything else to do in this room. Yeah, can we do like top 10 gain or like top, but here's the question, right? Is it top 10 monetary value earners, or is it top 10 return on investment? So if someone buys one for $1 and it goes up 3, that's 300%. But if Nate buys $2,000 worth of stock and it goes up $50, then obviously the people who bought the most of good stock are going to be in the list. Do like top 10 gain and top 3 loot, like lost. In before ticker, yeah, in before ticker is just like a Nate and JJ Madison and champion tracker. Thought that dude would stagger, and he most certainly did not. At this point, it's more a Rusty ticker than anything. Well, I mean, that's the thing, though, right? Is that Rusty has, like, by far, Rusty has put the most activity into it. But Nate's purchased the most stock. He just did it all in a matter of minutes. Rusty and JJ are actually reasonably close to one another. Damn. Fabricate items. Rusty and JJ are reasonably close to one another. JJ just did it almost all at once. I haven't even told Champion this thing fucking exists yet. I don't know, man. Like, I know that he was excited to hear about it or see it when it happened. But I'll be real with you, I haven't told Champion this thing exists yet. Yeah, Champion will just come in and buy like 100 shares of like some high yield index. Yeah, that's what it's like. If you were doing who's made the most transactions, then it's Rusty by a mile. But if you're doing who's done the highest monetary amount, then it's Nate by a mile. At least until someone else gets like hyper froggy. Yo, no, with the 5 gifties. It's the first gifted subs of the week. Gabster, Ken Rama, Lead Monk, Silver Nightwing, and Tiller Brick. What the fuck? I forgot that those things showed up. Thank you, dude. I was telling folks, I was pretty low energy last night, but I actually did enjoy, I enjoyed playing that game. I still am pretty, I don't know that I can say with conviction that I feel like, oh boy. Oh no. I don't know that I can say with conviction that I feel like the writing team earned the pathos they were looking for. Can I just do this? Oh, there's no dash. Oh, I'm just cooking. Oh, I'm just cooking with gas. Okay, well, you can get everything. I forget that there's no dash in here. Laughed my ass off at your gassy tweet last night. Man, I like... if I'm being real with you... Hello? I'm not 100% certain. Like, I think I'm kidding. Oh my god. Oh no. Oh no. Ah, fuck me! Did he just fucking explode? There's no way that dude just fucking exploded. He did. He's just dead. He must have been locked in the... He must have been locked in the pylon web and just like fried. Dude, that was scary. Look at how low my health is. Look at how low my health is. That dude hit me so hard. That's the only health in here? Neat. Alright, well, on to the next room, I suppose. Oh, fuck off. This asshole. You ever just been fucking terrified before? Happened to me. I didn't realize there were still beach balls hanging around. This game is fun and easy. I went to show Erin the elephant scene last night and she couldn't get past the claw machine. These are not people who were made better by their time spent around each other. I don't know what event they are claiming changed them for the better so that they would be horny for each other again or whatever. But I did not see the thing. I did not see the event that made them fundamentally change as people. I think it was a beautiful, fun co-op game. I think it was a beautiful, fun co-op game, and I enjoyed playing it very much. But I do not believe that there was ever a point where they made me believe or understand why these people should not get divorced and just communicate better with their kid. You know what I mean? That was the thing that I took away from it, was that these people are clearly not meant to be together right now. And if they're guilty of anything, it's not falling out of love. What they were guilty of was being piss poor communicators with their daughter. Because what I took away from that game was that every divorce could be solved by a daughter just wish, or a child just wishing really hard that it wouldn't happen. And so ultimately what it makes me want to do is go to children of divorce and be like, did your parents ever get back together? And they'd be like, nah, man, I don't think that was meant to be. And I'll be like, bullshit, you know what happened there? You didn't try hard enough to reconcile their marriage. I played this game called It Takes Two, and it taught me that you didn't desire them to get back together hard enough. Yeah, that was it. That was it. Listen, my parents ended up getting back together, but my parents divorced each other literally several times. We joke time and time again that my parents' gravestones are going to be like the Washington Monument, because it's going to have all their married dates on them, one after another. The only difference is that mine got back together, and I'm still not 100% sold on my parents got back together because they were supposed to be together. So much as I'm like, my parents may have gotten back together out of convenience, and so that Leah and I wouldn't suffer, but certainly not because they were, like, happy. Ooh. Oh. I wished away my poorness, and I wished my parents' marriage back together. Yeah, it's like, you know what, Crunchy Pickles? The message behind It Takes Two feels like aggressively like 1960s or 70s Disney. You know what I mean? Like, well-meaning, but if you really hold it up against if you really hold it up against the lens of like what the actual subject matter is, it's like, I don't know. Two incredibly stubborn people dig their heels in. Sometimes couple therapy is the best thing for them. Those two are definitely too proud for couples therapy. Probably didn't help that they clearly had underlying communication issues. Now divorce might be the right thing for sure. Yeah, I mean, like, you know, ultimately it's a fantasy game and all that jazz. I don't know. It's one of those things where it's like, if you're going to tackle a real life issue like that, even if you're going to do it in a fantastical or whimsical way, when I get to the end, I better see that you have practical, employable, sound, philosophical, and yeah, like practical, philosophical ideologies that have been dressed in a veneer of whimsy. But that if I strip the whimsy back, I go, oh, okay, there's actually real thought in this. There's actual real, tangible, palpable, digestible philosophy here that, if employed, minus magic and talking books and all that jazz, will actually work. But yeah, like, I never saw any point where they changed. It was just kind of like, I mean, I've hooked up with an ex before that I knew. I was like, oh, I still hate this person, but this feels familiar and nice. And then the moment the sex is over, it's just like, oh, right, we still hate each other. Fuck. But wasn't it nice to have, yeah, post-nut clarity aside, wasn't it nice for like 10 minutes? I think they found out what they liked about each other in the first place. That's fine, Time and V. I'm not saying that every couple that has troubles just needs to cash it in. You know? Everyone's different. And if theirs had been the story of two people who clearly had grown apart, but were meant to be together if only they could get over their shit, I would have been on board with that 100%. My thing is, as an amateur writer and a lover of stories, I got to the tail end of that and I didn't sense... During the course of this whole thing, these people did terrible things. Like, they were terrible people who did terrible things. They were terrible people who did terrible things. And then it got to the end and there was just kind of like, there was a level where the book talked about love and passion. And because they did a couple puzzles together that were based around being in a snow globe about a romantic trip they took, all of a sudden they were like, oh, I'll consider it. It was like, dude, like 10 minutes ago, y'all were literally bathing in your daughter's sad tears, hoping selfishly that it would benefit you. And now all of a sudden, because you had some hot cocoa and did some ice skating, you not only love each other, but I'm supposed to be rooting for you? It just, like I said, if that had been the story and it had been told a little bit better, I'd have been on board. But I just didn't feel like it was earned. I don't feel like the writers earned it. And they had a long time to do it, too. You know what I mean? Like, that's the frustrating part. They had 12 hours of gameplay. Oh, I thought that was something. They had 12 hours of gameplay to tell me a story where I was like, damn, I did not like these people in the beginning, but now if they don't get back together, I'm going to be heartbroken. They had 12 hours of gameplay and we got to the very end and I was like, I still don't understand why they're not going to just find themselves fighting the exact same problems they had before. Ice, what's going on, homie? Nice to have you here. Honestly, but that's the thing that pains me is that as video games go, it was such a competent and it was so competently made. It was a joy to play, and God, it was beautiful. What a beautiful game. But I think that just makes it stand out so aggressively that I got to the end and I was like, I still like May because she's kind of still, you know, a control freak, savage, emotional savage, just an absolute emotional bully. So there's a part of me that's like, I fucking resonate with that. Oh God! Don't go to the other side of that door. There's evil shit out there. Yeah, let me catch up on chat, and then I'll grab Noah for his thoughts on this. As a child of divorce who's had a successful marriage for 12 years, I feel like I could be considered an authority on shitty marriages and good marriages. That's why they deserve each other. May and Cody suck and should make each other's lives suck instead of other people. I've also seen people that I thought were terrible people, Tyler, and it turns out that they were just married to each other, and the moment that they broke off and got with other people, they became fucking delightful. You know what I mean? All right, Noah's got thoughts. Go for Noah.
Howdy, partner.
Hey, man.
So I got a theory about this.
Okay.
First of all, I do think that the kiss, we might be reading too much into like they float together and have a kiss at the end.
How can you read too much into that? It's like ripped from a 1970s Disney animated movie about princesses and princes. Like,
it is. It depends.
They floated with magic, and they took a long time to focus on their little like wet tissue paper mushy kiss that they had. It wasn't even a good kiss. It wasn't a passionate kiss.
No, it wasn't.
It was a kiss of convenience.
Exactly. It's convenience to get them out of the situation that they're in, because they realize that their daughter's the most important thing. You'll notice that in the script, at the end, they never said they're going to not get divorced.
Well,
they
you can co-parent without fucking.
What?
I said you can co-parent without fucking each other. Like what?
Or you can co-parent and be friends with benefits, but still be divorced because you're not going to live together.
Oh no, this is a terrible take. Oh.
Hey, listen. I'm not going to let you put a terrible take veneer until I'm done. And then on top of that, all they said was, "We're always going to be there for you." They never said that they're not going to get the divorce. And I fully expect that potentially they were just trying to get out of it and convince Hakeem, "Hey, we kissed. Can we go back and figure out where the fuck our daughter is now?" That makes perfect sense.
That's not what was presented to us, though.
Maybe not through your lens of bitterness and anger.
Okay, well, Chad is referring to you as a sweet summer child, so I don't think that I'm the one who's looking at this through a lens. I think Timon is big enough to admit that Timon is seeing this through the eyes of a poet and a hopeless romantic. But everyone else who have had their parents divorced, Noah, because if I'm understanding correctly, your parents are on year 174 of a pretty happy marriage. And as far as I can tell, you and Aaron aren't hitting couples therapy anytime soon for the intention of divvying up your stuff at least. So, yeah, I don't know about that. I think it's a pretty bad idea. Like, you're a great lawyer, I'll say it, but you would be a shitty couples therapist, because if you were to ever go up to somebody and be like, "Hey, listen, I know this is going to be really unfamiliar, so here's what I'm positing to you. Maybe once in a while when you guys get lonely, I know you hate each other, but you're still physically attracted to one another, at least enough that you can smash and maybe just get that post-nut clarity so you can co-parent." That's fucking terrible advice. Oh, well, they only did it so that they could trick this book and get out of this situation. I'm like, yeah, okay, maybe if they had hatched that plan and they'd been like, "Yo, let's just make out and trick the book and get the fuck out of here." But the game had them fucking floating on the power of love so that they could wet mash their sad little lips together over a dance floor where May lived out her all of this too, driven by like their personal ambitions and desires. None of it was just like, let's go down this trip down memory lane and realize that this child is the physical expression of our two loves together and how we are stronger as a whole and that we should fight to save this. It was all just like, "Hey, May, remember when you used to want to be a pop star? You should want that again. And also, you guys should smash."
Listen, I don't think there's anything wrong with supporting your partner's hopes and dreams, especially if you have to co-parent with them.
Who said that you shouldn't?
I mean, she wants to sing, clearly.
Oh my God, that felt like emotional manipulation too. I can't understand a world where everyone's just like, "How romantic," when she's like, "I am supremely uncomfortable doing this," and they were like, "We're gonna team up and force you to do it through pressure."
So I will say that I do see in chat a lot of people like, "Hey, I'm the expert on divorce because I've lived through divorce." I've also lived through about 40 divorces because I was the lawyer for them, and a lot of them continued to have sex after they got divorced.
Oh,
For real.
were your clients' divorces real hard on you? Did you have to go there and watch them fight over the dinner table?
I mean,
Did you have to
actually,
go sit in your little lawyer room and listen to them yell at
to
each
be
other
fair,
through the wall?
to be fair, all jokes aside, like some of those divorces actually are really hard on the lawyer. So like, because we get invested in our client's success.
This was our mistake, Chad, is that we were thinking about divorce as like the effects on the familial unit, and Noah's just like, listen, divorce is really hard on me. Do you know how many I've made money off of? And it's been very difficult money to earn.
Well, we can unpack this later, but in all seriousness and jokes aside, I do think that there might be something if you need to take it, in that they didn't actually effectively say we're getting back together at the end of this. They only said we're always going to be there for you as the child.
I will spot you that they never openly said we are going to get back together. They did only say that they were going to be there for their kid. But, you know, like, that's having your cake and eating it too, because they Disney-fied the shit out of that ending. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like, this was a game that took... I gotta pause. This is a game that, like, it made no qualms with saying, like, hey, we're gonna do something devious. And they'd look in the camera and be like, we're gonna straight up murder our child's favorite toy that is begging for its life and did nothing wrong to us because we think it'll benefit us. So, like, I'm to expect in the same narrative thread that these two characters who looked us dead in the face and went, we're gonna behave like monsters to get what we want, suddenly in the third act, either got like quietly complicit, where they were like, we're gonna make these plans off camera, or telepathically communicate them to each other through our mind bullets, or like, you know what I mean? Like, they would have told us, the story would have told us that they were commiserating together to trick the book, who also kind of seemed omniscient. So if they had been faking it, I think you would have been like, oh, you didn't do that with real feeling. This time, do it with your hand slightly underneath her waistband. And gyrate. You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Like, I don't feel like this. I don't feel like the story. Like, I feel like that's giving it more credit than it's earned.
I do think that on that note, you got to give them the fact that they definitely were showing that they had a hero's journey at least through there, the metaphorical hero's journey, not that they were actually.
I'm not saying that it didn't start. It started where it's supposed to, and it ended where it's supposed to. My problem is the stuff in the middle didn't feel like it just didn't. It didn't feel earned to me.
Well, so what I saw was more of a, hey, these two people are shitty people, and they come up with a terrible plan because they're manipulative and bad parents, and also manipulative and bad to each other. So they're like, oh, let's make the kid cry because that'll clearly undo it. And the book's like, I mean, you could try that, and then it clearly didn't work. And the book's like, or you could try these things that encourage each other and potentially help you guys figure out who each other are and grow. And that felt a lot more earned.
I'm not gonna lie, I got distracted by chat. Will you give me the TLDR of the last little bit of that?
Yeah, it was that they tried their own plan, which was, hey, let's murder this elephant. And then the book is like, I mean, that's not going to work. And they did it, and it was awful. And then the book's like, or you could try these things where you actually try and build each other up and do something that could be wholesome, and that might help you figure out your shit.
Well, they were getting kinder to each other, but like, I don't know.
Well,
it didn't change the fact that, like, she would say, like, I don't want to do this, and Cody would be like, I don't care, we're gonna make you. And then on the flip side of that same coin, by the end, May was still like, you would be like, I'm scared, and she'd be like, you're a pussy. And I was like, this doesn't feel better. I don't know. It just felt cloyingly sweet for such a messy real world topic.
Well, I mean, I also do think that it definitely did hit the veneer of what couples therapy is aimed at doing, which is, you know, talking about expressing how you feel, validating the other person's feeling, disclosing what caused you to react the way that you did, taking ownership for your role in the fight, and then talk about any preventative planning that you can have on the back end. It was just done through the veneer of a video game. So I do think that in a way they kind of did go through a couples therapy, and things aren't going to be perfect at the end of it, but it does mean that they're on a better road.
I am glad you found a video game you enjoyed.
Thanks, buddy. Enjoy Returnal.
That's it. Yeah, I think you're giving it too much credit, but
Maybe.
Yeah.
Maybe. We'll see. Talk to you soon,
All
brother.
right, bye. Yeah, I don't have any more to add. Like, I got out. Like, that wasn't me kicking Noah out so I could be like, this is gonna be so much easier to sell my point of view without Noah here. I got out everything I wanted to say. It just sounds like, yeah, I don't know. Noah was satisfied with it. I thought and found other people. I mean, like, I'm sure Noah could find people online that agree with him. There are people in this chat who probably agree with Noah about It Takes Two, but I don't know. It was a beautiful game that was a lot of fun to play. I feel like the writing was, for having 12 hours to tell the story, I felt like the writing was lazy on the real stuff. Yo, Dragon Slayer, thank you for the $40 to St. Jude. This is the second to last day to do any money. Our St. Jude campaign's still alive. We're just not actively, aggressively promoting it. You know, we did our time. We raised a shitload of money. I'm done giving y'all the hard sell. But I mean, there it is. 21,000 with that contribution, $21,774.20. Y'all absolutely destroyed it this year. So no pressure from me for the rest of the month, but for the next 2 days, if you feel so inclined, that is still available to you for sure.
This is the story of the newest denizen of the cave.
So anyway, yo, Ryan, thank you so much. Dude, do I get to see you at all this year? What's going on? Uh-oh, Returnal has crashed, fatal error. Dude, we're on the pause screen. What did you find to be complicated, Returnal?